Number 2 versus number 3. Both teams undefeated in prime time in Tuscaloosa, Alabama and Georgia. Preview video coming up right now. Christian Ballard here, Ballard Sports Media. Let me get this on here. Coming at you. I know it's Friday. It's the day before the game. It's Friday, at least when I'm recording this. When it's going to upload, I don't know. We'll see how long it takes. But we got a big matchup this weekend. Bama and Georgia. Number 2, Alabama. Number 3, Georgia in Tuscaloosa. Going to be breaking it down, looking at it. Of course, there's a lot of talk, of course, thoughts and prayers just for this virus to end. But with the news of Coach Saban testing positive, although it looks like he's not having any symptoms. What's the word? Asymptomatic, I guess. I don't really know. It's hard to keep up with all of it, isn't it? Obviously hoping he can get better. There's still talk and rumors. Can he go to the game? How is he going to coach? You know, there's been some talk. He has a plan in place for a guy to replace him. I'm hearing rumors it's most likely Steve Sarkisian. We're just going to have to wait and see what happens tomorrow. But let's move on past that. Obviously, prayers go to Coach Saban and everyone else in this world battling this pandemic. So, getting into this game, man, it's going to be tomorrow night, October 17th, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time on CBS. I love it. I'm hyped up. I'm ready for it. Number 2, Alabama. Number 3, Georgia. Alabama, last I checked, at least, when I put these notes together, 4.5 point favorite according to ESPN. I don't know where you get all your spreads, but I check ESPN. Alabama, according to the FPI, 60.6% chance to win. Georgia, 39.4% chance to win. You can round up to 61, round down to 39. So about a 61-39. Not exactly 50-50. Honestly, I would raise that a little bit. Raise Georgia's chances at least. I think it's probably going to be the best we've seen between these two teams. In the quarterback matchup, we are assuming Stetson Bennett for Georgia versus Mack Jones. Both of these guys with talented arms, good mobility. I like what I've seen from Mack Jones, how he's improved, how more mobile he is, getting outside of the pocket, handling pressure. We'll get into that a little bit later on. Stetson Bennett, it seems like, at least from what I heard from Georgia fans, how upset they were because Jamie Newman opted out. Now they're pretty much screwed. They don't have this guy, that guy. Stetson Bennett has surprised me a little bit. He's playing better than I thought he would for Georgia. When I heard that he was going to be the guy for Georgia or whatever, I'm sure Georgia fans might tell you the same thing. I don't know. Dog fans, comment down below. Stetson Bennett and Mack Jones. It's going to be interesting. And looking at this, it's Bama and Georgia, right? They've got some recent history. 2007, I made that flashback video, right? The last time it was in Alabama, in Tuscaloosa, T-Town. 26-23 in overtime. Of course, 2nd and 26 when Tua comes off the bench for Jalen Hurts as a freshman in the title game. Same score, but the Dogs didn't win it. But it was still in overtime with a touchdown pass to win the game. And, of course, looking at pretty much what happens like 11 months later in the SEC title game a couple years ago, the last time they met, Jalen Hurts comes back. Oh, he can't throw the football. He can't pass. He'll never survive in the NFL. And he is lighting up that defense pass after pass after pass, getting to guys like Irv Smith and Waddle, Henry Ruggs or whoever, Jerry Jeudy. So there's been some history with these teams. Let's see. Going forward, in recent years and kind of what we've seen this year, the past couple years, for Georgia, and it's kind of like these two teams are opposites, isn't it? Offense has been the main problem for Georgia. Defense has been the main problem for Alabama. Bama with an elite offense, whereas Georgia has an elite defense. And that's pretty much the big battle this year. That's kind of what we saw a couple years ago and what we saw in like 2017. Bama's defense, and I'll point to Uncle Lou. I know what I said on his call-in show and everything, but he's right. It has declined in recent years since like 2016 or 17. It has declined for the Alabama defense. Does that mean it's going to keep declining? No. Can Bama's defense show up in this game? Yeah, I think so. We'll get into that. So, really not a whole lot of notes on this game. I mean, but the big matchup, I think, is Bama's offense with Mack Jones, Devontae Smith, Waddle, Najee Harris going up against really good players on that Georgia defense. Sorry about that video cut out. Najee Harris, Mack Jones, Jalen Waddle, they're going to be facing a tough challenge this weekend with that Georgia defense, the best of the nation. And I'm not surprised. Look, Kirby Smart, whether you want to admit it or not, Bama fans, all those defenses, right? Now, Saban can recruit all he wants to, and he is a defensive guru. He's always finding great coordinators, except Pete Golding. Just call it what it is. Sorry. But Pete Golding, I'm not impressed so far this year. I'll get on that a little later on. But Kirby Smart was with Alabama in 2007, right? I think maybe he started as an analyst. I don't know where he started out. Then he basically becomes a defensive coordinator. He's there for a few years. He made it elite. And he's a defensive-minded coach, probably the best defensive-minded coach in college football. I'm telling you that right now. You look at this defense for Georgia. Jordan Davis, Malik Herring, guys like that on the defense. I don't really know every player at the moment. There's so many great players. I mean, even if a guy gets hurt, this is how great Georgia's defense is. A guy gets hurt, you could lose your whole starting defensive line. Guarantee you could replace them with the second and third strings. They've been recruiting so well, and they're still going to look like a really good defense. Is it going to be as good? I don't know, but it's still going to be great. So it's the big battle between Bama's elite offense with Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, Najee, and Mack Jones. Georgia's elite defense. So Bama's elite offense versus Georgia's elite defense. That's the big battle this year. That's kind of been the big battle, period, with these two teams in recent years. All right, so let's go ahead and look into real quick what needs to happen for these teams to win. So let's get in. Let's start with Georgia here, right? First key to win, I think. The defense has to not only play, they got to play well. I think they will. They got to play for 4 quarters. Now, I think they definitely have the capability to do that. They had an elite defense last year. Elite defense year before that. But what's the one thing that I have noticed when they play a team like Bama or, play this team or that team in games that they've lost? What I notice about Georgia is some of their defenses slow down, get confused. They are not a 4-quarter defense. I don't see that this year. I see a 4-quarter defense. I think they will play for 4 quarters. And that's going to be a big deal. They cannot get to the 4th quarter and slow down, because they put a backup in or they did this, they did that. They got to keep playing. They got to play for 4 quarters. I think they're going to do that. They got to pressure Mack Jones and challenge his decision-making. Make him throw the ball away. You're going to have to stay on him. You're going to have to force him to scramble and throw the ball away and get confused. You're going to have to do that to Mack Jones because his decision-making so far this year has been great. He has one of the highest QBRs. And if you put pressure on him, Mack Jones has been great, right? And I will admit, maybe he hasn't been tested yet this year. Now, I say that because he's facing the best defense in the nation. He's facing the best defense, and he hasn't faced a defense like this. Don't try to compare Georgia to Mizzou. Don't compare them to A&M. Yeah, A&M's got some pretty good players on defense. Give them credit. Don't try to compare Georgia to any team that Alabama has faced so far. Definitely don't compare them to Ole Miss. Ole Miss ain't got no defense, in my opinion. Don't even try it. He has not faced a defense like this. He's going to face a tough challenge tomorrow night. Or tonight, depending on when you watch this. This is being recorded on Friday. He has yet to face this. So, Georgia wins if the defense plays for 4 quarters, pressure Mack Jones and challenge his decision-making, make him scramble out the pocket, make him throw the ball away, get up in his face, cover those receivers, right? Another thing, you have got to stop Najee Harris in the run game. I think they're capable of doing that. They have given up like double digits in rushing yards. Now, I don't have those stats written down, but I think last I checked is like 80 or 90 something on average rushing yards allowed right now so far. That defensive front, if you're running up against it, they're going to put you in the backfield. They're going to push you back, and they're going to make you quit. You're going to be saying, I don't want to run the ball anymore. I really think Georgia's defensive front is that good this year. I wouldn't run against that. Just call it what it is. I would not run against that. Pressure Mack Jones, challenge his decision making. Again, as I just mentioned, make him make bad decisions. Make him throw the ball away. Confuse him. Cover those receivers. Different formations. Stop Najee Harris in the run game. As I just got through saying, they will stop you in the backfield. They're capable of doing that. But at the same time, give credit to Najee Harris. I mean, he's hurdled some guys. He's broken some tackles here or there. So not only are you going to have to stop him, you got to make sure he can't get out of that. So we will see what happens there. Moving forward, Georgia can win this game if JT Daniels, Stetson Bennett, whoever the heck is at quarterback. Listen, what is it that that Uncle Lou, the QB hokey pokey, put this guy in, or whatever the heck, right? Shout out to Uncle Lou and all the other Georgia fans, by the way. I don't have a darn clue who's starting for Georgia in this game. I don't know. Who started last week? Was it Stetson Bennett? Was it Daniels? Was it this guy? I don't know. Georgia's got all these quarterbacks. I hear about one guy. I hear about another guy. Oh, this guy's starting this week. This guy's doing this. This guy bouncing around. I can't keep up with it. Whoever is at quarterback, I think Georgia... Now, this has been the case in the recent matchups with Alabama. They've done this. But this year's a little different, I think, for their offense. But whoever it is, whether it be JT Daniels or Stetson Bennett or Mathis or whoever, they got to spark this offense early. They have got to be on it. They got to score early. They got to score fast and just play at a fast tempo. Confuse Bama's defense early and throw them off their game. They have got to do that. Another thing, I put this in there to joke, but who knows what the heck's going to happen with Mack Jones this Saturday. He hasn't faced a defense like this, and he's going to be challenged. This is a big test for him. But Georgia can win if they give if they get rid of the Bama backup quarterback, now I kind of put that as a joke, but at the same time, like, is Bryce Young ready? I'm not saying he is, but whatever Nick Saban or I guess maybe Coach Sarkisian, I don't know what's going on. We'll see what happens tomorrow night. If they see that Bryce Young is probably ready, which I personally don't think he is, I feel like with the shortened off season and everything, I think he's talented, heck of an athlete, right? From what I've seen in practice and everything, I just don't know so early in the season. Because again, these two matchups where Bama put the backup in it, these were championship games, SEC and then the national title. This is game 4 here. This is game 4. Right? So, I'm not saying Bama's going to have to put a backup in. I don't know. But if that, let's say that does happen. Right? Let's say Mack Jones is not having a good game. And Bama's like, well, let's see if we can do it again. You got to get rid of the backup. You know, I'm not trying to troll Georgia or anything. I mean, I know I kind of threw that in as a joke, but I mean, who knows what the heck's going to happen? Mack Jones could have a really bad first half. He's going up against a really talented defense, and they could throw him out. I don't know. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying we don't know what's going to happen with this. So, anyway, so that's how Georgia can win. Defense has got to play for 4 quarters. You got to challenge Mack Jones' decision-making and put a lot of pressure on him. Stop Najee Harris in the run game because they're going to run the ball. They will get some yards with Najee Harris. You got to stop that. Whoever's at quarterback has got to spark the Georgia offense early. And again, as I mentioned, they've done that with Jake Fromm, right? But at the same time, man, you gotta get it going early, right? You just have to. And of course, as a joke, throw in, get rid of the Bama backup, but whatever. All right, how does Alabama win this game? You're probably sitting there saying, oh, would they put the backup in, right? Not necessarily. I didn't even put this on the list. I didn't even put anything about the backup on the Bama wins if list. Here's all these notes here. Bama wins if, first off, and this is a given. This is given for the SEC. This is given for football. Defense wins championships. The defense must show up tomorrow night. What happened? What went wrong with Alabama's defense? Let me go off on something right here. It's always been elite at Alabama for the defense. Georgia fans were joking with me. Shout out to my man Chess Hall or whatever. Oh, Kirby Smart left, and ever since then, the Bama defense has declined each year. Yeah, maybe. But man, it's not always about recruiting all these 5 stars. It's not. But man, what happened to it? I haven't seen Bama's defense be elite. I didn't see it elite last year. The year they got blown out by Clemson, it looked great to start out. It looked awesome. Halfway through the season, though, it went away. Got exposed in that 44-16 game. Did they leave it in California? I don't know. But the defense has got to show up. Are they going to be on their A game? I don't know. I don't want to doubt it. I don't want to sit here and guarantee it. But it's got to show up. I think the talent is there. The problem is not the players. The problem is Pete Golding. And if he can't handle it this weekend, Bama fans already want him gone. I don't blame you. I don't blame you for wanting Pete Golding gone and fired. I don't. But he's got to step it up this week. I'm telling you that right now. The defense must show up. Mack Jones has got to bring his A game and handle the pressure. They will get in his face. They're going to be all over him. They will sack him a couple times in this game. I'm guarantee you. Throw the ball away. Don't lose a bunch of yards. Read the coverages. You got to handle this pressure, man. That's just what you have to do. So that's how Bama wins. I got a couple more. Defense, when you're on the field, if you can, please cover George Pickens. He's a beast. I love this wide receiver. This dude will catch any ball you throw his way. He's fast. He's electric. He's hard to stop, and you will have to stop him. That's a given. I've heard Chess Hall talk about George Pickens all the time. I've seen him play. I've heard all these Georgia fans talk about George Pickens is so. George Pickens is fast. He's great. I'm not taking anything away from him. But if our secondary could just try to cover him, man, because he's going to make some plays downfield. If the quarterback can deliver to any receiver on the field for Georgia, if there's any receiver you can count on, it's George Pickens. I'm telling you that. Georgia fans, again, if I'm saying anything about Georgia that maybe isn't exact, let me know. Sorry about that. Where was I? I had to do something real quick. Hold on. Let me see. So, quick recap. Georgia wins if defense plays for 4 quarters. You got to pressure Mack Jones and challenge his decision making. Got to stop the run game with Najee Harris. Dealing with some stuff. I do apologize. Georgia wins. Defense plays for 4 quarters. Pressure Mack Jones. Challenge decision making. Stop Najee Harris in the run game. JT Daniels, whoever the heck's that quarterback, has got to spark the offense early. We talked about that. Don't get behind. Start now. Start at the game. Do what Jake Fromm did against Alabama twice. Scored first. Started early. That's why they even had a chance against Alabama the first couple times, was because it was so close and because they sparked the offense early in the game. And, as I joked, get rid of the Bama backup. Is Bama... Is Bryce Young ready? I don't think so. Not saying he is. I personally don't think so. But if he's in there, if he looks like he's ready and he's in there showing who he really is as a player, you're going to have to find a way to get rid of him. Bama wins. The defense, again, as I mentioned, I just went off on a rant. What happened to the defense? Pete Golding. It used to be super elite. Now it's just slowed down drastically the past few years. Cover George Pickens. He's a beast. I think I covered it all. Najee Harris has got to run the ball, and the O-line has got to block hard, because if the O-line can block hard for Najee Harris against this defensive front for Georgia, he'll have a chance to run. So, anyway, with that being said, I'll go ahead and end the video on this note. It's going to be close. It's going to come down to the wire. It'll be in like the 20s or so. Some people are predicting like the 30s, like it's been before. I got Alabama winning 24-20. It's either going to be maybe Bama's defense gets a late stop, maybe a late score by the offense, maybe Georgia just can't find a way to answer on offense late. I don't know. But either way, I think Bama pulls it out. It's at home. They're a favorite. And I just have a lot of confidence in Alabama. I'm a big Bama fan. I never sleep on my tide. I'm sorry. Unless I truly know that they don't have a chance. Well, they truly have a chance. So it's going to be a good game tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. I'm not streaming the game. I'm watching the game, though. But definitely Tide fans, Dog fans, just football fans in general, comment down below. Score prediction. Who you got winning? What needs to happen? Let's hear it. I want to hear what you guys have to say. And I think it's going to be great. So 24-20, Alabama wins over Georgia in primetime in Tuscaloosa at Bryant-Denny Stadium. So that's pretty much it. Looking forward to the game. Going to be a good one. Good luck to Georgia. Good luck to Alabama. No disrespect for the Dogs. Got a lot of Dog fans that watch this channel. Love you guys. Love all of y'all. So appreciate you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. All that good stuff. Thanks so much for showing up today and watching. And I'll see you guys next time. Till then, Ballard Sports Media checking out. Have a good day. Roll Tide, roll.